Hi and welcome to Stories by Tui. So today it's just going to be sort of a conversation and to inspire the readers in the room, or those people who you used to consider yourself a reader or you want to become a reader. This one's for you. So I don't know how many of you are like me. When I was younger, I used to love reading. So I'd get home and then it's time to do homework, and then I'd be like, I need to go to the washroom, and then I'd hide the book that I'm reading under my sweater and would pull the toilet, sit down, and just go on reading. So it would, like, time would pass and they'd be like, what on earth are you doing there? Get out and do your homework. So for me, Hardy Boys, Famous Five, Secret Seven, Nancy Drew, those were the books I was reading. I know back then, like, African reads, they weren't really a thing until like high school. Now, when I found out about pesetas, that was what was in our libraries a lot. So I'd read pesetas, but over time, the reading habit just started going down, down, and down. And eventually, I was hardly reading. Like in campus, I was hardly reading for pleasure or just to enjoy. And so, and also, I think for me also, it was from a Christian point of view. I felt like I wasn't getting the type of books I want. I tried Francine Rivers for a while, but I wasn't really feeling it, you know. And so I sort of abandoned it altogether. But now into adulting and just having this yearning of going back to reading, and also understanding the benefits of reading, especially in this overly distracted world. Like, you get to immerse yourself in another life, in another world. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's a way to escape. And the dopamine might not be instant, but when it does hit, it's really rewarding and fulfilling. And so I feel like everyone should be a reader. And it's also one of those things, like, you can't remember what you ate when you were 10 years or 12 years, but it built you. And in the same way, reading enriches your vocabulary. It just makes you a more thoughtful person, a bit more focused, and so it's overall good. So that's why I think you should go back into reading, and I thought to share some of the tips that worked for me and my friend, and that would encourage you to get into reading. So number one, I would highly recommend getting into it with a friend. You know, first of all, shout out to my friend Mel. Hi. Because if you are interested in reading or curious about reading, chances are that the friends around you, or you have a friend or friends around you that are also into that. And to be honest, a lot of people just want to get back into reading, or want to explore if they weren't readers before. So I would highly recommend to tag a friend along and just be like, hey, I've been really interested in going back to reading. Are you up for us trying together? Cool. So that's number one. Number two, I would say romanticize the process. And what does this look like? It would be going into a bookshop, could be textbook center here in Kenya or wherever, or even a library. And don't even go with the intention of buying a book. Just go window shopping, and it's like this thing of peering. It's like you're given this opportunity to peer into other people's houses, and maybe it's this type of, you find houses that are rustic, some that are modern, and you're like, I like this, I don't like this. So that's the experience I want you to have. Just go read blurbs, and just peek into people's houses. You'll read about this one, Sujui Nigeria, who's doing nursing, and Sujui what happened in their life. Another one is in the Bronx, and they were immigrants and all of that. This one is from India, and it's really, like, really cool. So in a sense, you romanticize, and then one day, just actually buy a book, or even just borrow, and when you do, you can try and create like a nook in your space. It could be a chair that you put in a certain corner, and you have your cup of tea or your coffee or your wine or your chocolate, whatever it is, or even a beanbag, whatever you have. Just create your special little nook, and read one page. Don't even put pressure on yourself to finish a book in a week or 2 weeks. Just go at your pace. And just like that, you've started. And I forgot to mention, when you're choosing the book, choose a book that interests you, and you can even go into Goodreads just to check out the book reviews, because people are very honest, and check out books that you want, not because they're trending, or something that interests you. That way it would be easier to get out of the reading slump, as opposed to choosing this tough book on, I don't know, economics, or just because a book has been trending and it's a self-help book and you're like, okay, maybe this would work for me. Choose something that has actually sparked interest in you. And then when you're starting and you've not read for a while, it will take a while for the book to slap. Sometimes you get a book that is a banger from the get-go. Just trust the process. Give the book a chance and let it surprise you. So that's your starter pack. Wishing you all the best as you get back into reading. It's a good decision. It's not instant gratification all the time, but it is worth it. So let me know if you've been in a slump, if you're trying to get out of it, if you've tried any of these tips, and if you have additional tips. Until then, goodbye. Thank you.